Hey there, folks, and welcome back to the Timbuktu Campaign. Last time, under the Atakanship of Baki Sawadi, we won a hard-fought war against a coalition of tribes in the Mali region. They did have a little bit of territory spilling over into the Jollof region, which I wanted, and I wanted to subjugate them to make them my tributaries. Both these things were accomplished by the peace deal. I annexed the Jollof territory and decided to leave Mali and an annexation of Mali for later. I can peacefully enter the region through colonization in the meantime if I want to, but I'm in no huge rush to try to contest the whole region, and they're going to be more valuable for me, honestly, as tribute-paying subjects than as territory I directly hold and have to deal with and have to have a governor for and all that stuff. So I was able to conclude the war with a good deal for the Republic, though at great cost to just nerves and patience, as these tribes put up the fight for their life. I have to give them credit. They did essentially go to as many lengths as possible with the mercenaries they purchased to try to frustrate my efforts. But fortunately for me, I was able to pull it off in the end after some serious sweaty behavior, as you may recall from the last episode. But we also expanded further through the desert. We now control the settlement of Gadames up here in the Gadames province, which puts us near the North African area. I actually passed over a mission, as you saw last time, to try to expand into that area and fight for the Emporia province. We will get back to that later, but for now, I want to focus a bit more on my internal matters, as we have just at the end of the last episode transitioned from an aristocratic republic with its associated national ideas, modifiers, and its Atakan-Coatakan system to a plutocratic republic, which means quite a bit has actually changed. Now, some things are the same. We still have 5-year rulers. They have to be 35 to be elected, and there's a 10-year re-election cooldown, very similar to aristocratic republic. There's no Coatakan, and although my current government says the year of Layla and Labadebo, because he was elected along with her, because I just did the option to switch to a plutocratic republic after the election. This is glitched, and presumably after this 5-year period, the next person who's elected, who is Bade Sankara the Jackdaw, we'll see if he ends up being the person elected next. From then on, the tooltip should be accurate. I'm also fairly sure that there shouldn't be any weird election shenanigans, like once I unpause. I'm not 100% sure, but we shall see if that does happen. But I presume that Layla will be our Atakan for this 5-year period. I'll take a look more at her in just a moment, but getting back over to the Plutocratic Republic tooltip, primarily concerned with the acquisition of wealth, plutocratic republics can be found ruling many of the coastal city-states throughout the world. Now, in terms of the ideas, the big difference here is, in all honesty, most impactfully for this campaign, the loss of the oratory idea slot, which allowed us to run the anti-corruption sanctioned privileges idea. And by the way, apologies for the extremely loud background noise. I have my window open. I don't know why I thought that was a good idea living in a city as I do. But so you're probably going to hear, I'm sure right now there's for the next 3 hours in particular, there's going to be, a parade of cement trucks and floats from the Background Noise Generation Association going by my apartment window right this second as I'm recording. I should have known not to record right now when that was happening, but hopefully you don't mind that. I don't know how loud it is on my audio. I can hear it from my ears, which is how people usually hear things. You may be surprised to know, but I don't know if my mic picks it up. Let me know in the comments if you hear it. I guess I'll hear in the video once I finish recording it how loud it was. I just spent 2 minutes talking about this for no reason. All right, let's just continue. Oh boy, you know what I need? I need coffee in my cup right about now. Give me just a quick sec to get this, got my French press here. Gonna definitely need some coffee for this episode. Okay. Oh, okay. What that noise was, sorry folks. Anyways, I'm out of control. We've lost the oratory idea slot and the 2 military idea slots. Now, the very start of the campaign, because we're playing on very hard, obviously, the loss of, or the presence of the military idea slot was quite nice to ensure that we could have the morale boosting idea, and I've been running that this entire time because I need my idea slot bonuses. But in all honesty, we've not really had any close calls when it comes to these wars when the numbers are normal, right? When there's no mercenaries involved from either side, we are more than comfortable on numbers. We don't need the morale bonus. If the AI is hiring mercenaries, typically their quality or numbers are larger enough that the morale difference won't make a huge difference. So ultimately, I do think that we're in a position now where we can continue to pick on weak targets or against a larger set of targets, as we saw last time. Being prepared for mercenary shenanigans is just part of the deal. In those situations, the morale difference is more and more negligible. It's only at the start of the game when you're in the kind of scrappy early game, fighting other small, tribes or republics that are similar size to you, where those morale differences make a huge difference, in my opinion. As we are at a point where we can basically overwhelm everybody with hordes of low morale, low quality, levied peasants. So, having said that, what we have now with Plutocratic Republic, 2 civic idea slots and 1 religious idea slot. Matching these up, and we also have 20% civ level by default. Matching these up gives us +1 capital import route and +10% national commerce bonus. Now, unfortunately, we need 20 PI per idea to get the ideas, so we're going to be waiting around for a couple months to actually get any of these ideas up and going, which means the economic advantages of these modifiers will have to wait. It is what it is. As usual, I am always low on PI at all times. We will get through this, basically. We'll be able to get enough PI just from our monthly income to eventually get the ideas going, and then we'll see the real power of this new government form. But for the first couple of years, don't be surprised if my economy and actually my general national stability situation, not just the stability mechanic, but kind of conceptually my national stability, is a little bit shaky because we are transitioning from one government form to another. Now I'm going to go ahead and actually just disable the rest of these. No need to worry about those. Okay, so having looked at that, let's head over to our government and talk about our faction situation first. We have a bit of a traditionalist hegemony going on here with 63% control. Now, the current Otacon is a trad, and actually the co-Otacon, who is now kind of not part of the government, but was, before I clicked Plutocratic Republic, was also a traditionalist. So it makes sense that the trads are in charge. Our previous Otacon from last episode, Baki Swati, who was the party leader, I should say he is the party leader now, and there he is. So that is worth noting. And the trads have fairly low approval as usual for this campaign, but as usual as well, they're also trending up really quickly. Now, they like that Layla Isawagan the Axe, who we will look at in a moment, is the Otacon plus 0.20 for that. The trads, for some reason, just really, really like their characters being in leadership positions. All the parties like it, but the trads seem to have a really big reaction to it. They like that we're at peace. They dislike our war exhaustion. We do have 2.16 war exhaustion, and they hate our low stability, and me too. Now, this is because of our transition to a plutocratic republic, which required some law changing as well. This is admittedly very bad. However, I am confident we'll be able to dig our way out of this. Divine Sacrifices is up, and we do have good ruler zeal. Now, our current AE is slowing things down. I'm working on getting the AE down. Fortunately, we have a bit of tyranny again to help lower the AE faster, to then help raise the stability faster. But overall, this is certainly not the best look for the Republic, but, it is destabilizing to have big government changes like this, so I'm not too concerned. Now, the oligarchs and Democrats are both now very small minority parties. Oligarchs are at 23 control, Democrats are at 14, which is funny because they really, really like the, they have really high approval right now, which is wasted a little bit with their super low control. Not 100% sure how the control shifted this dramatically, but I will try to boost them both up to get my sort of trio of factions back into a bit of a balance with one another. But for now, we have a traditionalist dominated Senate for the moment. I don't mind the trad faction that much. The own power bonus will be quite powerful in just a moment when we get our Jackal God running once again. but I would prefer to have a bit more of a balanced situation just to avoid this kind of problem here, because the trads have such comically low approval, it's destroyed our Senate support overall, but this will be cleaned up in the future. Now, I do actually have the Senatorial War Council enabled once again, because I am on Abolish Assemblies, and I suppose I could actually do a War Council if I was so inclined. I think I might do this at the end of my government reorganization. I'll see if I remember to do it. But I may as well see if I get a claim that I would want to get for free. I'm not entirely sure who that might be against, but, you know, it's worth checking out. Let's go ahead and take a look. And also, I should note, by the way, that the trads want me to build a temple. They want a temple in Dia, in particular. Now, I don't think I actually have temples unlocked. Dia's not, like, a terrible spot for a temple to be constructed. I need open religion for that, that's right. Let's see, that's down here. So, it's 3 away. I mean, it's not actually that hard to get to this, but I am currently working on getting to bookbinding. And I will adjust all my economic stuff to get this efficiency addressed. Yeah, that's without harsh taxation as well. Okay. All right. Where was I? Getting lost in all my menus here. But yeah, so I will, if I'm able to... I don't know if they can actually force this. I can't build a Great Temples without the technology. We'll see how that works. Alright, anyways, let's talk about Layla Isawagan, the Axe. 9972. Very solid stats overall. That's why I engaged in some election interference to get her elected. She is coming in at 41 years old, one of our younger starting Otacons in the last couple episodes at least. And she is righteous, -10 corruption. That's a great start. +1 attraction is there, for what that's worth, and plus 0.15 trad conviction. And as the ruler, 8E decay is plus 0.20% higher. That's a great trait to have for this particular election cycle. A singular purpose brooks no worldly distraction. She will never accept a bribe either. She is arrogant, -1 charisma, +10 prominence, -0.15 conviction towards head of family's faction, and plus 0.05 monthly oligarch conviction. -5 loyalty doesn't matter because she is the ruler, and something that does matter a lot because she's the ruler, -0.25 monthly PI. Youch! That is not ideal, but she is otherwise such a strong character, I can probably pinch my nose and get through this. Layla is quite simply the best at everything she puts her head to. Lastly, she's energetic, +1 martial and finesse, and plus 0.05% monthly statesmanship. 54.9% statesmanship at 41 is pretty solid. I think I've been using her as an officer in the last couple episodes. I've not been paying super close attention, honestly. Layla always puts in double the effort, even when sleeping. Characters with this trait will be able to commit certain acts like theft, gambling, and murder more frequently. Put her straight onto scheme influence. There we go. That helps a little bit. Still not ideal. Alright, now my Sahara Occidentalis governor is gone because she died, and then I replaced her with Layla, who is now the Otacon, so obviously we have a free slot here. Come back to that in a moment. First, I'm going to... that's not the right tab. I'm going to fire everybody, start from scratch, because I also, with the super weak Democrats, feel fairly comfortable having less scorned families, especially if it allows me to really stack these positions for pure competence and not just for political appointments. Alright, let me go ahead and just fire everybody. I'm also going to change how I handle... think about this for a minute. I'm considering changing how I handle the corruption situation. So far, I've been trying to min-max my loyalty from officers by doing free hands basically on everybody who would get the full benefit, to get as much loyalty as possible from my government cabinet, to get as much PI as possible. However, I think without access to a slot to run sanctioned privileges, I'm not sure anymore I can really pull this off. I was barely pulling it off with sanctioned privileges and also with increased wages. But I think given how much money, I mean, not right this second because I fired everybody, but how much money I will soon be, also, Lebedeva is drawing a stipend. Cut it out, you're not the co-ruler anymore. This is fake news, or we'll see if that adjusts on the monthly tick. But either way, I think I may actually go down to just regular wages and stop giving out free hands to people. There will be corruption growth in my country, but I do think there are some technologies that allow me to lower corruption, or that lower corruption on their own. Yeah, they're down here. I'm a little ways away. I wasn't really planning to go this direction, but I could get down to minus 0.4 corruption. In fact, let me see. Corruption. There are those three, and then any others? There's a few over here. They're pretty deep in. Yeah, I could get minus 0.04 corruption from these three techs fairly in the near future. Again, I would really like to get to bookbinding, but I can get to these eventually. I think I can probably handle not running the corruption, reducing increased wages economic policy. I'm going to try regular wages. I'm certainly not doing this. That would be inviting disaster, but I think it's going to be best for my economy if I am essentially trading a little bit of PI for income right now. Because I really just need the positive feedback loop of my economy to be as powerful as possible. In fact, there's even an argument for doing ignore garrisons. Now, this is really risky with all these barbarians spawning everywhere. I can always increase my fort maintenance in reaction to a barbarian situation, but honestly, barbs typically don't go straight for cities. They tend to just empty their numbers into the countryside, and then they disappear. So it's certainly tempting to do this, and I think, honestly, I'm going to roll the dice a little bit here. I feel like I'm strong enough that a declaration of war from an AI is fairly unlikely. It would certainly catch me by surprise. I can always panic raise it again if I need to, or hire a mercenary company or do something as a reaction, but I'm going to go ahead and really push my luck here and reduce it down. Hopefully this does not come back to haunt me. It probably will. Mark my words, I will probably be rewatching this video in the future and thinking, oh, I shouldn't have done that, but here we are. I've made the choice. Okay. Now, let's go ahead and get things organized. Now, first of all, let me review where things are with the governorships. So, obviously, Ghana is ruled over by Lele Sawagan, who's the Adakon, so that 9 finesse is really great. Badi Sankara is in his traditional spot in Jene. How's his health doing? He's pretty healthy. He has cancer, but apparently he's still healthy with cancer. This guy is just a legend. He cannot be slowed down. Well, as long as he is still, well, it's minus 2 finesse because he has cancer. I may retire him, to be completely honest. I don't want to just wait for him to die in office. Like, he deserves a nice long retirement after his excellent service to the state. So I think I may, and that'll be my explanation for why I'm firing him for his health condition. Yikes. All right, well, fortunately, archaic age Timbuktu does not follow modern day health ethics laws. But either way, Bade Sankara at this stage probably is better suited to an office position, or an officer position, while I bring someone in with higher finesse to be governor of Jene. Let's see who our options are, I suppose. Let's see. All right, so there's Gumasita Sankara, who was the Adakon a couple episodes ago, I believe. Let's see. Local tax reduction for his governorship isn't ideal. He's no corruption, fairly loyal. That's with 2 negative loyalty traits. Granted office, that'll go away. Well, will it? He has extremely high statesmanship as well. Honestly, I think I may actually use him as my researchers. Let me just do that now, to be completely honest. This is such a good level of finesse for this position. Let's he's also intelligent, though I don't think this works in this mod, as we've not seen any events so far. Alright, let me just put him in there. Alright. And then, yeah, so back to it, though. So I guess I'll quickly note, Masire Isawakin is the governor of Songhay. 7-11 for him. Let's see. His loyalty is a little dubious. He has double negative loyalty traits, and he was prosecuted for corruption, right? And he was given free hands. I remember I did this all last episode. Honestly, I might fire him and then revoke free hands and then make him an officer. Really what he should be, honestly, I've changed my mind. I'm actually going to fire this guy and make him a researcher, where his loyalty is not going to be a problem, but I can still use his really good finesse. So not you. Over here, I'm going to dismiss you. And I'm going to actually replace Gumasita Sankara with you. And then I'm going to revoke free hands. Well, am I? I think I am. Yeah. He can be disloyal. He's still going to provide the bonus here. And his loyalty here doesn't really matter. I need his corruption to stop raising. I mean, he's 52, but I foresee at least a couple decades of use out of him. Alright. Then Joloff is ruled over by this guy here, who is ailing now. this governorship of Joloff, like, this is a young guy. Like, what? I swear the Joloff governorship is cursed. Like, everyone who I assign here starts to have health problems immediately. This is the son, by the way, of Wenku Banu, who I think has been a character before. Maybe I'm actually mistaking her for somebody else who has the same outfit, but... Alright, I don't know if... Like, what... He has no health problems, yet he's ailing. Like, what's going on here? This guy's also low loyalty. He's uncaring and deceitful. I'm going to bribe him. I don't want to spend the PI for this. Man. This guy is not... There are better characters than this guy who have less loyalty problems. I'm going to give free hands, and then I'm going to fire him, place him with somebody else. It's going to change all the policies again, but... Okay, you know what? Gumasita Sankara might be good for this position, to be completely honest. 412. Here's the problem. His power base will explode when I assign him here, and he does have 2 negative loyalty traits. Fontatiela Belle might be okay. She's neutral on loyalty traits because she has a positive and a negative one. Trads have super low approvals. That's not helping, but I'm working on it. Star Religion Happiness. That won't really help over here. Now we're back down to characters that don't even really have like amazing situations here. Shin Yunbu Nalirigu. Trusting and submissive. That sounds like a governor to me. No corruption problems. This guy is not, like, amazing, but he's, like, a super loyalist. I think I'm going to assign him just so I'm not having any trouble, because the power base of Joloff is so high. Alright, 78, that's okay. And that's without... Well, let me first check. Yeah, that's without free hands. Oh, he's Rugen? Honestly, I'm not actually sure that's a huge problem. He doesn't seem to have any loyalty problems from not being Bedaic. And Rugen is the mainstream religion over here, so maybe this is actually not that bad. I didn't even notice that. Yeah, I think Shin Yunbu, with his perfect health, by the way, Nalirigu, we'll see how long that perfect health lasts. We're giving him the poison pill of the Joloff governorship. We'll see if he starts to wither away unexpectedly. But, okay. Hopefully he can keep it together over there. 9-9 for him. If I can also get him set up as a possible candidate for the Ataconship, with his power base, that should certainly be in the cards. We'll see. So why is he not a traditionalist? Okay, very strange. Alright, anyways, I need to assign the rest of my governorships. So anyways, Bade Sankara, I do want to replace him, but I don't really have a lot of great alternatives just sitting around right now. I mean, Gumasita Sankara is a solid option, and he's quite loyal. But he does have the 2 negative traits, so that's why I passed him over. Honestly, Jenne is a fairly small region, all things considered. I think it's probably safe to bring him in. And his loyalty should still be higher. Tax reduction should be okay. Statesmanship's so high, though. Maybe I save him, actually, for a an office position. Yeah, I think so. Honestly, I should move him to the office position. So this will be the younger replacer. Gumasita can come in. 67 loyalty is fine. Alright. Yeah, right now, the Republic's going through a lot of changes, so things are going to be very destabilized for a bit here. But this is all, in the long run, going to pay off in a big way. Alright, I need a new song. Hey, Governor, this position doesn't really matter at all. Let me just find someone young and not problematic to take it over, who I can groom as a future, officer or Otacon. 4-9, she could be a good economic Otacon. 16 is pretty young for being a candidate, but let's see. No, double negative traits, maybe not. I could put in Baki Sawadi. I don't know. I mean, his loyalty's really low because of the trad approval situation. That being said, Songhai is a fairly small region. I only have part of one province of it. This would put him somewhere. He has a lot of statesmanship as well. I should probably save him on... Well, with loyalty like this, he should really be a researcher. He should be my zeal researcher, perhaps. I'm going to save him for now. Everyone's just really disloyal right now. It's pretty bad. Let's see. Is there anybody... Okay, here we go. 88 loyalty. Kare Sankara. 6 finesse is really not much, but younger character, 26. A little bit of corruption from free hands. Oh, that's with free hands. I see. Yeah, I see what's going on. Let's see. Honestly, maybe I'm being a little too picky. Scorn family will go away. 9 finesse. Okay. Province commerce. Let me use him actually for the Sahara governorship. Kasei Suwadi. I want the province I'm selling some resources from here. Alright, 67 loyalty is fine. Okay, over here. Let's bring in... do I build statesmanship with her as... Yeah, let me build statesmanship with her as a governor here, where her low statesmanship won't matter as much. Let me groom her to be a finesse officer later. With her 9 finesse, she's well suited for that. Alright, 71 loyalty is fine. Okay, my governorships have been assigned, so now the new era of Timbuktu, we're starting things off with Leila Isawagan as the Ghana governor, Gumasita Sankara as the Jene governor, Pokobila Sankara as the Songhai governor, Kasei Suwadi as the Sahara Occidentalis governor, and all these characters, by the way, are Bedek Bozos, except for the Rugen Bozo, Shin Yunbu Nelirigu of Jolof, which of course is a largely Rugen province, or region. So, overall, that settles that situation a little bit. Yeah, things are dire. Things are dire. Okay, advancers now. 9 the best I have. Let me find some low loyalty. Look, all these characters are super loyal all of a sudden. Where'd all these characters come from? All right. Let's see. Someone who doesn't... Yeah, statesmanship for this doesn't matter at all, because it doesn't consider statesmanship. So let me groom Konlakan Banu for a future marshal office position by making her the research. Like, the way that this works feels backwards. Like, you'd think super experienced, like, veteran, like, academics of something, or I should say, like, you would think that super experienced kind of, professionals would become academics later, but it's the way that it works. All right, and then let's see. The corruption here will just make the wages worse, but it won't affect... Yeah, so this guy is good. Bia Zabarima, because his loyalty's lower as well. Make sure no one has free hands around here. They do not. Good. Oh yeah, we've got some serious zeal to work with here. Let me put Sabiri Chilabele in, because she is also fairly young. We're trying to get the next generation of characters set up here. So many characters died last episode, it really made me reflect on, I need to have multiple generations in mind of, like, successors, you know, prepared and set up to be in officer positions. Alright, let's put her in. Okay, fairly good situation overall with the researchers. Now, over to the officer. Well, first let me check and see, how do the families feel now? So at this point, only the Bulsas have no positions at all, and everyone has one position except the Sankaras, who have two positions at the moment, because they have the governor of Songhae, and they also have the governor of Zhene. So I've been pretty even-handed about this so far. How do the parties feel, incidentally? Democrats are, that's not the right thing, Democrats are declining at 0.32 per month. Oligarchs are also declining. Great. What's the problem here? I'm not really sure. I'm gonna have to do some shenanigans to get this Senate situation under control. Yeah, we're about to have a paralyzed, in fact, we might even have it now, a paralyzed government. Alright, let's figure this out. So for censor, this is extremely, so this will affect the trads. This is really, really, really important to have a high quality censor. Yeah, I think Burgos Sankara needs to come back. I think I was using him before, either for this position or some other position. Does have nefarious tendencies and free hands. I'd prefer if he didn't have free hands. But I can't revoke it from... If I revoke it from him, his loyalty will go quite low. Do you have free hands right now? You don't. Statesmanship on Borgo is higher. I think I'm going to bring in Nyakata Zabarima, who will have probably better loyalty and relatively high statesmanship without, like, free hands. Like, this is another free hands character. Okay, yeah, so that's pretty good. So I'm glad I'm glad I looked at that quite carefully. So there's my party approval. That will affect the where's my party approval being applied? Oh yeah, it's being applied to the oligarchs only for some reason. Is it party approval for the party of the character? Is that who that applies to? I guess maybe that's what's going on. Okay. So if I were to switch this over to a traditionalist, with this in mind, I may need to do that, honestly. Let's see. It does appear to be based on the party. I actually did not know that until just right now. That's good to know that it actually is. I always just assumed it was a traditionalist modifier, but I've just always had traditionalists in the position. So let's see. If I revoked free hands, it's pretty low. I could bribe him. This guy is, well, honestly, a Democrat might be good here. Yeah, let me bring in Borgo Sankara after all. And you know what? I think I will keep him on free hands, actually. I don't want his corruption to trend up too much. He already has nefarious tendencies, so it's not like he was not corrupt at all. I can always, well, actually, can I do sanctions? I can't do sanctions on him. Okay. But an officer with corruption just means a higher wage. And I do have the wage reduction. Well, I'm not running higher wages right now, so that's not so bad. Okay, we're gonna... I just need as much PI and party approval as possible. So this is gonna help the Democrats quite a bit, actually. Yeah. This actually cancels out the grateful families right now, so that's good. Okay, aggressive expansion change. This is a priority for sure. Let's bring in... Maybe I bring this guy in for this. I think I probably do. Yeah, he will do good work here. Alright, Tribune of the Soldiers. Let's see. Actually, let me do the more important Omen Power. Let's bring in... Ooh, she is really good. 12 Zeal for this. Statesmanship's a little lower. In fact, it's low enough. I might bring in Alchemisa Suwari and then switch her out when she dies, which might be in the next 5 years. Maybe not, though. Oh, you know what? Dada Suwari has way even higher statesmanship. Let me bring her in, actually. Yeah, she will have super good loyalty. There we go. 21% power. Also, I'm going to go ahead and run national commerce income once again. Yep. My Omen power is not fully maxed out because my religious unity is not super great, but we're working on it. We're working on it. Right, there we go. All right, getting back to it. Divine sacrifices cost what is my divine sacrifices cooldown situation? 207. Okay, so midway through this episode. Let's find someone to give some to grow some statesmanship for. Let's see. Probably Kodama Sorogama, who doesn't have amazing stats otherwise. Yeah, let me set him up. All right. Yeah, I'm trying to do more of this kind of grooming for command, set people up for future promotions. It's very complicated, and there's a lot going on in this campaign, obviously, and I'm like playing it live, and I'm not like thoroughly like charting everything out. So to some extent, it's kind of as I go. I'm kind of figuring it out, but it's nice to kind of get these things set up for my future. Looking at the list, looking for people who have statesmanship built up. All right, national tax. Let's bring in who's got. Okay, this guy here is actually more of a finesse character. So maybe make him the tribune of the people. I have a lot of good finesse characters actually. But I do think with his statesmanship, he will be in a good position to do this. Let's see. Revoked free hands isn't like that. Yeah, his loyalty is going to be a bit of a problem, honestly. Actually, I should probably make Bari Sankara this position. Yeah, he has a lot of statesmanship. He does have cancer, but he's not considered unhealthy yet. He probably just got it recently. His loyalty is really good, so that's what I care about for this. And this is a good modifier to have with all these barbs that keep attacking me. All right. For the physician position, let's see. Fanta Tielabele is extremely corrupt. So I kind of would prefer not to make her a officer where I have to pay her a bunch of money. Loyalty's a wash. She also still has granted office, so it may not actually raise. Statesmanship's fairly good. Baki Suwari, though, he's pretty solid. Yeah, I should probably make him the physician. Yeah, I will do just that. Loyalty's not like the best I've ever seen, but it is okay. In fact, I think I prefer to just not have free hands. Like this is kind of like a shock therapy moment for Timbuktu. Like I'm really like drastically reforming my country all at the same time. So things are like very chaotic at the moment, but things will we're setting ourselves up for success here with this new approach. I know it's a lot of change, but I think it's ultimately good to try to get this all fixed and kind of cleaned up at the same time. All right, how do the parties feel right now? I'm sure Democrats are not happy with all these. Yeah, they hate all these grateful families. Let me see if I can do a little bit of family micro to clean this up a little bit. Or, let's see. Yeah, this guy being the researcher, I could get a free content family loss if I got rid of him. And I do have a number of good researchers. Let me bring in, let me do it like this, actually. Let me actually make, not Bari Sankara. Maybe I don't have another good character ready to go. Let me make Fanta Tielabele the civic advancer. And then, where's my other Tielabele character? It's a governor, isn't it? Let's see. Actually, this is probably better to look at it like this. Not there. No, who is my other Tielabele character? Oh, it's a... No, hold on. That's my... It's Fonto. Oh, it's a different researcher. Okay, I see. She's really good, but let me bring in... I mean, this is pretty close. Let me bring in Alchemisa Solari, and that will give me Democrat happiness a little bit. And then, let's see. It's my new character. It's another researcher. Yeah, I was trying to... I need Democrat approval to raise. I don't need it that badly. I really need traditionalist approval, but... Well, it's really tough. Let me not make any more... Like, these are fairly mild concessions. Let me not make any more concessions. Let me bring in... let's see... Let me bring in Zakoi Chilabele, actually. Chilabele, well, hold on. Let me bring in Zainab Banu. The Banus will become grateful, but I can survive that. I need Oligarch upward trend, or what I should... Hold on, wait. Let me review. Yeah, I need more grateful families. Well... I don't really... it's just so complicated. It's like, I understand why so many people don't like playing republics in this game. It's so complicated to do this kind of micro, and it's like, it's really time consuming and really convoluted to like perfectly min-max this. It's so complicated. Okay, let's see. I think actually Masiri Isawagan will do better in this position. No. Oh, shoot. Massive error. Let me replace him. Yeah, let me put her in. She's got really good loyalty. Let's just get people who are loyal for the PI. And for this position, Yama Banu, just so we're stacking an already grateful family. And then we're at 2.39, which all things considered is better than it could be for sure. Now, let's figure out where can we prune some of these family situations. So, the Chilabeles, who is the remaining Chilabele? So it's the researcher Fanta. Let me see if I can replace her with someone. Okay, let me replace her actually with Diata, with this guy here. It's a little worse, but the result of this is now the Chilabeles, Isawagins, Bolsas are all scorned, while the Zabarimas, Banus, Sankaras, and Suwadis are all grateful. The result of this is Democrats are trending down at 0.33 and oligarchs are trending down by 0.11, but neither of them are like plummeting down, which is at this point the best I can hope for. Having tyranny has once again given me a weird skew with Democrats having more decline, but they're both so low on control. What I really need is trad approval right now, to the extent that I might actually start doing a little bit of, well, do I want to do some smearing? Maybe not. We'll hold off on that for now. Yeah, so at the moment, we do have 9.8% total power base is disloyal. We're at a 17.9% threshold for Civil War chance, so we're okay on that. We do have barbs over here. They're just going to deplete themselves. Stability will climb back up fairly briskly. Let's see, how much we're gonna hurt from this. So 24.83. Let me run default taxation for now. Then other than that, I think we're good to go ahead and unpause. So I first verify. Yeah, so we're doing Matter of Mali. I'm going to work on this later. For now, I think we just... also, what's our cooldown? We have a 15 strength levy for Ghana now. We also have a Songhay levy we can raise, and a Zhane levy, and a Zholaf levy. Let's see. 10 months to go for this. That's fine. Let's unpause and see. Alright, bards are looting me. Yep. What I really hope happens, by the way, is that she does not get replaced by some other character in some weird, 1 month delay type situation. I don't think that's going to happen. Temptation Beckett, or already having just systemic corruption. Is my okay? Yeah, in the Republic, a representative visited Layla last night, claiming to have been sent by Gumasita Sankara, who is our governor of Zhane. Speaking earnestly, he tells of a deal in which Gumasita would donate a vast sum of money to the Timbuktuan treasury in return for nothing but a favorable outlook on his future activities. Taking donations is becoming more commonplace. Perhaps this won't be so bad after all. Well, let's see exactly just how vast this vast sum of money seems to be. 333. I mean, friendship with him is actually kind of a good idea for this 5-year period. Now, this friendship won't really mean much. It may even be a liability in the future once Layla's no longer the Archon. But for this 5-year period, I need my Republic to keep it together. Like, things were quite unstable right now. So friendship with an important governor certainly wouldn't hurt. Or I could lose loyalty, or I could lose even more loyalty, but lose tyranny as well. Ooh, now that's interesting. I don't know if I guess here's the question. Would I rather have 333 golds or get down to 67, 68 loyalty on him and lose 3 tyranny? I think I probably will go for this. I'm going to be principled for definitely only the reason of principle and for no other reason to say this undermines our very democracy. We're going to lose 3 tyranny. All right, that is that's definitely a good value there for that. My economy is strong. My tyranny loss is not strong, so we have to think strategically about that stuff. Okay, so it looks like we're still good to go on this. I was worried there'd be some weird thing with my Atacon like switching out after a monthly tick or something. Seems like we're fine. But yeah, overall, things are still quite dire. Needless to say. Do have some PI built up. Now, I basically need to fix all of my policies everywhere. So that's part of why I wanted to assign a bunch of young governors, so I don't have to do this every single episode, basically. But, I mean, Gumasita's not young, but he's really good. Pokabila is as young as you can be and still be an officer at 16. Kasei is 24, so he's quite young. And Shin Yunbu, who is still in perfect health, we'll check and see if that stays. He's also fairly young. So, lots of PI expenditures in my future. Yay. Surprise, surprise. Having governor policies cost PI to change, by the way, is yeah, there's a reason in my mod Hegemony I made it free to change these, because it's if you're trying to be a min-maxer, it really just hurts your soul to spend so much PI, but that's why I'm constantly in this PI starvation diet all the time. But we're saving our PI. First things first, we need to get our ideas running, and I think we'll take a look at this once we have 20 PI, but yeah, there's a lot of really good ideas I really want to get going here. These guys are approaching Houndu, and I don't really like that. But we'll see if they are going to walk towards it. I can always pay them off to make them leave if they go north. Let's see what they do. People committing crimes. I guess they're just going to stand here menacingly. Okay. 8 months until we can get to some road construction stuff. Okay, they were going north. It's not going to fly. How much will you take? Okay, so here's when me... Remember when I said earlier I'll be rewatching the start of the episode and regret not paying for forts? This is the sort of reason why paying for forts is nice, because then I wouldn't have to worry about this. I'm not going to let my city get sacked. Alright. Pay them off. And then I'm going to start paying for forts again. It's a very, very minor change, but yeah, this kind of situation. I can't raise my army. Like, I can't do anything to react to them. So, joke's on me. I've learned my lesson from that. More barbs. Oh boy. So my forts are not... Well, they're recovering their garrison a little bit, but I definitely need to react to that. But because this isn't a war declaration, I can't raise my army. I may need to actually... Yeah, they're going to get stuck on this fort. Well, hold on. Actually, now that I think about it, the previous barb army may not have been able to siege it without 2k, right? I didn't even think about that. Yeah, okay, so I paid them off for no reason. That's great. Well, having fort maintenance running is still probably wise, so we'll just leave them to it. A little rusty, a little distracted. You know, it is what it is. Okay, November 30th for that. Food problems up here. Yeah, not surprised. Incidentally, what policies are people running? They're mostly running, like... I like that the AI does this. The AI governors will generally select local autonomy if nothing else is better. Like, they don't typically pick the worst options, right? Like, no one... Like, it'd be funny if the governors, like, always defaulted to bleed them dry or something. Like, it'd be kind of messed up, but... Thankfully, that's not the case. Right now, I mostly need to just stabilize everything. Tribal proposition. Our tribal neighbor, Khitan Revolt, has invested a lot of their treasury. Are they really investing their treasury? Okay, well, I guess this revolt has been going on for a long time. Like, this civil war in Kita has been, like, going on for multiple episodes, so the revolt is now acting like a state agent. Hopefully this will, or I missed over a line, has started investing a lot of their treasury into opening up the borders between our two nations. Hopefully this will prove beneficial for us as well, though their tribesmen are somewhat more unruly than we are used to. We should keep Khitan Revolt in mind as they can prove good friends in the future as well. Surely only good things can come from this. Let us hope this friendship will be worth it. 7 gold from them. Thanks, Khitan Revolt. Cree, which is one of my tiles, also gains a tribal influx bonus for 10 years. Local tax plus 5% and local population happiness minus 5%. Okay. That is nice. Thanks. Alright, there is our first 20 PI. Let's figure out what we want to do here. So we're not going to be getting 8 in these things anytime soon, so let's just focus on what we have available. So let me consider first the religious idea. So there's a couple good options here. So obviously Divine Mandate is the go-to anti-tyranny national idea. And there's a very strong argument for going for this, as my very high tyranny is, well, the main problem with it is honestly the Democrat approval. Though the Democrats are going to not like me no matter what I do, because that's how Democrats and Imperator Rome work, seemingly. Though they're not super high in control, so it's not necessarily a huge issue. Also, the high tyranny is making my AE go down faster, so arguably losing tyranny faster could have a downside, but we're going to eventually get to low AE. So ultimately, the takeaway of this whole conversation is I think Divine Mandate, though good, isn't necessarily better than other good options. Now, Origin Myth is pretty good. I do have 45 popularity with downward trend, so this would help my... Well, I should also note, by the way, that the downward trend is below what Origin Myth would give, so I would get popularity from Origin Myth, though ultimately I don't think this is, for a republic, I don't think this is really a super huge priority. Pop conversion speed plus 20% would be good if I could run all my pop conversion policies without all my governors dying every couple years for mysterious reasons. So this is good if I can run pop conversion consistently, so we'll see about that. Loyalty subject stakes plus 10. I don't think that's really that big of a deal. I'm fairly sure my tribute is not tied to subject state loyalty. Let's see here. What am I looking at? Yeah, I don't think loyalty affects their tribute payment at all. Fairly sure. Yeah, this is a different kind. So probably not. War exhaustion minus 0.05 would be useful right now, but very soon it won't be important, so I don't think this is that big of a deal. And then countryside level, plus 5% and plus 0.02% per month. This is pretty good, though. Given that given how I'm constantly being just sacked by barbarians every couple years, relentlessly with no real way to fight them off, I'm going to be in a constant sort of scramble to keep my civ from always being destroyed everywhere. So I don't know. I think ultimately of these options, given that the very good mandated observance isn't available, and integrate culture happiness is also really good. Of these options, I think it comes down to a question of between institutional proselytism and divine mandate. And I think divine mandate might be better. It's tough to say. The thing is, this is probably better in the long term once I have... Because improving religious unity will then improve my omen... Well, so improving religious unity will improve my omen power, which ultimately improves my commerce income, but only by like a little bit. Whereas improving my tyranny will make my AE go down lower, though it's going to go down fairly quickly just anyways. This doesn't have a huge impact on that. This does also improve my economy a little bit indirectly. I think lowering my tyranny is probably, honestly, the bigger concern. Let me go for Divine Mandate. Although, I guess the other question is, do I go for a civic idea instead? So let me look at those first, because I think I will go for Divine Mandate for that slot. But alternatively, I could go for Standardized Construction, minus 10% build cost, and minus 25% build time. I don't really have the treasury to do a lot of building right now, so we'll come back to that. City Planning, 25% pop capacity. Very strong late game, but not really a major priority right now. Complex Tariffs, plus 20% national commerce income. Obvious, likely selection for one of the two slots. Patronizing trading post, or patronized trade post, trading posts. Oh my gosh. Patronized trading post, there we go. Plus 3 capital import routes. Not amazing given our unusual commerce situation, but this would still be a very strong option. Tax farming, national slave output plus 20%. This is a pretty good option as well. And land appropriation reform, 12% assistant output. This is actually a pretty strong option as well. Let me take a look and see what my citizen... Okay, well, it's 62% slave, so maybe I'm being a little optimistic about that. But that would also give me more research. But I don't think my citizen output overall is enough that this would be better than tax farming, to be completely honest. I think for the civic ideas, national commerce and then national slave output are probably the best two to go for. Let me check and see, actually, if there's, like... Let me do a quick review of things over here. So let me quickly cancel the sheep. Let's see. There's a few more goods for sale. I could get double earthenware, and I think I probably do want that. What else do I have coming in right now? Maybe the extra trade routes would be kind of good. Do I have... Where's my wine on the list? Where is it? It's right here. Okay. Let me cancel the wine. Let me get double earthenware. I think... Is there anything else I'd want instead of double earthenware? I think I also want double livestock. Why am I not trading double livestock? Hold on. Let me start from scratch here with Timbuktu. Okay, let's start from scratch. This brings us down to 22.08. Import. Let me trade in. So double fish. We trade with let me trade with Egypt as much as I can, actually. So double fish. Actually, I already have one copy of fish. Let me not trade in double fish. Yeah, so we've got local fish surplus. Let me then trade in one copy of stone from Egypt, so I always have that. Let me trade in Also, let me have this open here. Trade in... Do I need double grain? Let me do a quick food check on all my territories. Yeah, food is basically fine everywhere except for places that are like being attacked by barbarians. So now I'm not necessarily like swimming in extra food, but I've got basically filled granaries everywhere. We're not like later in the campaign things will get worse, but for now I can forgo double grain. I want double livestock for the pop promotion bonus. So let me bring those in. Trade with Egypt, my good friend and longtime friend, I'm sure, Egypt. Let's see. Got 4 more slots. I think I already have double vegetables. I have double dyes, which is amazing. And that's with 2 being traded away. Very good. I'd really like double papyrus, but that's not on the cards here. Let me bring in... Yeah, let me get the double earthenware. I guess I'll trade... Media is the only one trading earthenware right now. That's fine. And I have 2 more slots. So maybe I don't actually need the extra slots that badly, to be honest. There's not a lot of great options. I guess now I just trade for value. I could get double base metals, but... Yeah, it would help with my freemen who are in the Timbuktu province. I don't have... I mean, I do have a lot of them. But I could also alternatively get one... Wine would be better than base... I can't get double wine, though, is the issue. I could if I canceled one of my exports of wine, which I think I probably have. I'm not entirely sure, but... I already have double fish. Double salt would be solid, too. I guess I could just trade for cloth for value, or... Yeah, I may as well just trade for cloth for value. Let me trade in from... I'm bringing some Median cloth. Okay. I think I'm happy with that. And that brings my... Yeah, it's very, very minor, 22.8. So now, I think I'm happy with those trades. So I don't think getting 3 more trade slots is actually critical. So which means I'm going to go ahead and grab complex tariffs. Whilst a simple tax... Well, hold on, wait. I kind of think Divine Mandate might be better, because then I can switch it later to Institutional Proselytism. I'm basically waiting for Tyranny to run out before I switch. So let me do Divine Mandate first. I'm going to play in the ultra long game here. I'm forgoing the economic advantage of this stuff. Keep in mind, by the way, that the commerce bonuses will be cumulative anyways, because they need to have all the slots. Let me get Divine Mandate first. Okay, convincing our religious leaders to make a proclamation in support of our nation's divine mandate will allow us to get away with making some of the more controversial decisions more easily. The way this is phrased, it makes it sound like I wrote it for my hegemony mod, which is filled with these kind of like sinister Machiavellian framing of statements like this. All right, there we go. That'll help with our tyranny loss, which is fairly low, but this is the best we can do right now. Okay, very good. Now we resume. All right, 30th of November for those guys. We will send a force up to relieve up there. A veiled threat. The momentum of the state carries on as usual in Timbuktu, addressing the concerns of citizens and debating the policies that will ensure our prosperity and strength, or so we are led to believe. There are those who whisper that an inchoate plot brewing... hold on. Let me start over here. There are those that whisper of an inchoate plot brewing late at night in the dark rooms of Condolon. I guess she is a location as well as a person. They say she is tired of the rule of... Okay, well, in fairness to me, this has some spelling issues. They say she has tired of the rule of merchants and is hatching a plan to seize the premiership for herself and her cronies to rule as all-powerful oligarchs. Oh no. Capitalism becoming an oligarchy? Wow. Shocking. It is too early to say whether these rumors have any substance, but our eyes have certainly been opened. Okay. I certainly don't want to let the plot develop further. Condolon Suwari's been a pretty solid character so far, so this feels a little out of character, but 8 tyranny, 10 stability for this. Come on. I do not know about this. This feels like a very dangerous thing to leave brewing, to be honest. Arrest the woman at once. Ah! my nation is going to collapse. No. Okay, well, that's not great. I could just... She's near death. Let me just leave her in prison. She's going to die in prison at this rate. Yeah. Not ideal. Things are real grim in the Republic, but you know what? I'm making moves for democracy. They can never say that I was tyrannical just for me. I was also doing it for democracy this time. All right. Where are the barbs? They're over here. Okay. Oh my God. No, leave me alone. All right. Fortunately, these barbs are small enough that they're not going to be able to siege my cities. So my garrisons should hold for now. But yeah, pretty grim situation, all things considered. At least our war exhaustion is nearly back at 0. That's going to help a little bit. Plot dissipates. Okay, good. For the first time in weeks, the gossip surrounding Condolan has virtually disappeared. The steady stream of scandalous developments and worried parties demanding action has also ceased. With any luck, it seems the plot has fizzled out on its own accord, though whether it's because Condolan couldn't gather enough support or whether there was never any threat to begin with, we will never know. Okay, we have a couple options here. So we can gain 10 popularity on Layla, which we would desperately want given our popularity situation. Or we could lose popularity and then she sees me as a rival, which I don't think is that useful. Or we could lose a lot of popularity and kill her for 5 tyranny, which I think is cheaper than killing her. Actually, is that even true? Hold on. I can't see right now. It actually would be cheaper, though it's because of Senate support. Or I could gain popularity, I could banish her, and I could gain tyranny. Let's just say the Republic is safe once more. That's fine. She's still in prison. Anticipate she has dementia, inflammation. Maybe this was because she had dementia. She was kind of like, you know, she's a long-standing political figure. Maybe she was getting support from while she was kind of going through a mental health situation. It's hard to know for sure, but either way. Situation is resolved for now. Also, oratory advance. Here we go. Country skill level plus 0.50%. We have an innovation as well. Okay. I think we want to go ahead and continue. Where was I? Working our way towards bookbinding. Although our stability situation has caused us to have some research problems, so perhaps we can hold off a bit for now. This might be a good moment to grab triumphal coins, to be honest. Although we're not going to get the full amount. We're going to get 4K of it. Maybe I hold off on that for now, and perhaps I grab this here. With all these new governors, having 1 finesse on them all right now would be kind of solid. Loyalty of governors plus 5, obviously. This also gets me closer to these corruption-reducing ones. And there's other good stuff down here, obviously, like Patricinium. It might not be the worst idea. Things are pretty grim right now, so it might be necessary. I could also grab legal patronage finally, but I don't know. I would really like to get to bookbinding, though. This also would let me lose 10 AE, which would be great to get kind of soon. So, all right, let me do this. What's my? Let me wait 2 months, and then raise my army, kill whatever barbs are left. There will likely be barbs left. And then do triumphal coins once I have a bit more, once I get more manpower from it, and then I'll do the next one after that. So let me save it for now. We're almost there with the army. 2 months away, 30th of November. Alright. We have a daughter born to Layla Isawaghin, who's been named Kansole. Alright. Sounds good. Ooh, you know what? Gumasita is the husband of Layla. I actually didn't notice that, or I forgot about that. So that's kind of funny, given that I gave him such a prominent position earlier. It's not nepotism if you don't notice it. That's my argument, at least. All right, we're being... Kondolon Sawadi died of inflammation at the age of 73. Okay, well, whatever happened at the end there, she was a major political character in the Republic, so rest in peace to Kondolon. I will not disrespect her memory by focusing on whatever was going on at the very end there. Rest in peace. Okay. That's fine. Okay, the army may not even be able to get raised soon enough to deal with these barbs, so maybe I handle things a little bit differently. Let me just grab... Honestly, I want to get Defending Liberty for the AE loss. Let me just grab Equal Integration right now. I can always come back and get Triumphal Coins later. Establishing the rights of conquered peoples is an important first step to integration and will lessen the ire of those displeased by our conquest. Getting our AE down will help our stability go up faster, so we need to focus on these things to, you know, it's all these systems interacting. We gotta really think about it in the big picture sense. All right. Okay, barbs over here. Yeah, we have some missions for our army to do in just a bit here. About 1 more month, then we can send them off. I'll send them north up to Taudeni first, then they'll come back south and kill the barbs over here, whoever's left, and they'll get to road building. All right. We also have our religious advance, Omen power plus 1%. Very nice. I forgot, I forgot to do the War Council. Whoops. I'll do it at the start of the next episode, so it's on the 10-year tick. That's probably a little easier to remember, honestly, because it's a 10-year cooldown. So, oh well. It's not like I'm going to war right now anyways. Defending Liberty. Timbuktu loses 10 AE. Very, very powerful. We also gain minus 10% AE impact and plus 1 diplomatic relation for what that's worth. No matter our true cause, proclaiming that those weaker than ourselves are incapable of defending themselves and therefore in need of our benevolent guidance, we garner a claim on the international stage. All right, very nice. Look at basically, like, we're already achieving late-stage capitalism with this kind of international posturing. Okay, only 2 away, and we're going to be getting this later in the episode, it looks like. So. Very, very nice, although just in time for our research to not be very good anyways, so maybe this is, you know, long-term planning type stuff. Plus, now that we have this, maybe I do shift gears a little bit and go over here. Well, we'll see. Keeping my options open. All right. Let me pay for my army and send them... In fact, I may not need to pay for them quite yet. Yeah, let's not increase their pay quite yet. Let's head over to here and then go from there. I don't think I can build roads in my subjects' land, I don't think. Also, what's my opinion like around here? Was I increasing their opinion? I was not. Let me do this once the Senate doesn't disapprove. Then I can start integrating them after I get their opinion up. I've had them as my my feudatories for long enough that I can do that. That way I can finally get this province fully under my control. Alright, this barb stack will go away. This one here will just wait on the fort for me, so that's fine. I'll go up to speed 4. Yep, there they go. We have a military tradition. Alright. Let's see. So... last time I got living off the land, which was quite nice. What next? A people of many peoples might be quite strong right now. This would help with my happiness situation across the board. But let's consider what else is available that might be better. Yeah, I think that's probably the best one right now. A people of many peoples. The peoples of West Africa have mixed together for centuries, with far less of a tradition of proselytization than the societies north of the Sahara. Ironic, given that I currently am running Divine Mandate. But, oh well. That should help with our general situation all around. Incidentally, do we have any crisis points with, actually not really. Well, yeah, no, well, it's with everything running that, so that's keeping things under control. But yeah, we're definitely going through a period of instability that I hope to get out of sooner or later. In the long run, this will all be worth it, but we need to make that jump to get ourselves into this position. By the way, we're down to 303 morale without the idea, so worth noting. Definitely a loss there. Chief Magistrate Impsus offers friendship. This is the ruler of Taghaza, one of my these guys up here. He offers our ruler personal friendship. Sure, that's probably fine. I've got plenty of friend slots. I can also get popularity. Do I want opinion from Taghaza? I kind of would prefer to actually directly own this land, so let me say I don't need their friendship. Let me get a little bit of popularity, also renovations. Bade Sankara the Jackdaw, who is my tribute to the people, in his civic capacity informs us that an opportunity has arisen. One of our most valued temples is in dire need of renovation. With enough investment, the building could become a shining beacon of our benevolence and architectural prowess. Surely this opportunity is too great to miss. I was hoping this would give me stability, but 15 popularity on Layla would be quite nice, and Bakunu gaining the output bonus for, how long is that for? Is this just permanently? Bakunu is one of my provincial capitals, so I kind of wouldn't mind giving them a little boost. I think it would be a permanent bonus. I think this is actually kind of a good deal. Now, it's a lot of money, but I don't need the money super urgently right now, and I want the popularity on Layla to help stabilize things. As let's not forget that ruler popularity has a culture happiness effect. So let me go for this. Also, Bakunu is a place I would want to have a bonus like that, so release the funds. Thanks, Badi, for making this happen with your high statesmanship. I appreciate it. Alright. The desert march begins. Off they go. Let me unpause the game. I was like wondering what's taking so long. Imperator Rome taking its time there. I think I need some more coffee. This episode has some shenanigans already. Whenever I'm not in wartime, so I have mercenary shenanigans. In peacetime, I have political shenanigans. It's just the fate that I am doomed to experience every time. We have an import route available. Very nice. Probably from population. Yeah, we're at 61 of 60. We also have another building slot now. Okay. I suppose I should probably get a building going. What do I want down here? I think I probably want... Let's see... Probably more libraries, honestly. Actually, I should probably build an aqueduct now to get a bit more pop capacity. Yeah, this will help with my ratios, too. That being said, a library would be quite nice. We're hitting our... You know what I really need to do, actually, is make this a metropolis. I need 80 for that. Yeah, I think I do need to get an aqueduct, actually. Without this being a river farmland, because this is a dry farmland, so I'm going to have some pop capacity issues here. I need 80 to get to Metropolis, then it'll be easier from there. Let me build an aqueduct, and that'll also fix the pop capacity issue as well, and while I was looking at it. Okay, what do I want for my last slot here? Get horses now. Possibly just more cloth for value. Nothing else that's more valuable than that I'd want instead. Plenty of food here. Yeah, let me get cloth for value. From Media, once again. Alright, up we come to save the people of Taudeni. Hope they appreciate it. know what? I also am slightly late. Well, I'm about to be 1 month slightly late, but fortunately I caught up before any of the ticks. Let's go ahead. So 22.96. Let me switch over now and grab complex tariffs. While a simple tax on goods passing through our territory may be popular, a complex system will allow us to maximize revenue, plus 20% national commerce income. I guess I could get slave output first, so that way I get the 30% commerce income at the same time. That might be a little bit more kind of exciting. Do I really want to do it like that? Yeah, I could also get city planning, actually. I know I kind of overlooked this earlier, but this would help me get Timbuktu to Metropolis. But it's only really Timbuktu that needs that. Let me do complex tariffs. Let's not mess around here. So this has boosted things up to 25.80. Wow, that's a big boost right there. All right. These guys want... Let's see. Seto Jollof. I probably want to sell vegetables from Jollof. Mine here is done. I need some more slaves now. 10 slaves. Let me go ahead. Disallow promotion. Okay, I need 4 more slaves. Let's just bring them in from Antiago. There we go. And Persian is just loud. Alright, that's 1 more copy of gold. Very good. These guys want my gold immediately. Well, everyone else, if you snooze, you lose. Those guys were... Early bird gets the worm, I suppose, or in this case, the the gold. Borgo falls ill. My censor. I thought for a sec this was my governor of Jollof. I was about to scream, but no. It's just my censor. Okay, interesting. Well, he is fairly young, so I'm hoping he can work it out on his own. I'm not going to pay for his treatment. What do you think? This is a civilized country? I leave people to find their own healthcare on their own. Battle of Tavdeni, inexplicably not a stack wipe. I don't know how on earth that was not a stack wipe, but we're going to chase them into the desert and stack wipe them there. I am actually offended that that wasn't a stack wipe. I even had my morale raised and everything. All right, there's the stack wipe. Now we'll come over and save Wooly after taking about a year to get there. All right, we got... Look at that haul. 0 gold profit. That's what we'd like to see. Very nice. Oh boy. Oh boy. Okay, okay. This guy, I was going to say this guy. This lady has got some... 0 martial, though. Paying off costs tyranny as well. Ugh. Oh my god. Alright. Alright, you know what? Slight change of plans. We have got ourselves a higher priority situation to deal with. Let's come back to Timbuktu as fast as you can here. I don't suppose I can road through the uninhabitable. Let's quickly find out. I'm fairly sure I can't road through the uninhabitable. Maybe I can, actually. It seems to be making the movement. We'll see if it actually successfully happens. I mean, now might not be the best time to do this roading activity, because we got barbs imminently getting involved up here, but this would be an amazing location to get some roads down. Roads through the desert. Maybe it is possible. We're going to find out together in just a moment here. Ooh. And colonize over here. This is more Songhai colonization. I will be doing this. Okay, and then I think another mine. I wasn't paying attention. Another mine finished, and I completely missed where it was. I think it's up here somewhere. Let's see. Okay, yeah. So there. It was one of these two. I think it was up here is where the mine finished. Let's see if we can get some slaves in here. We need 12 slaves for here. Alright. We have a lot of slaves in Ogo that we can move. Is Dodell a, hold on. Is this a mine location? It actually is, okay. You know what? Let me move 2 slaves here while I'm at it. Honestly, we have a lot of places slaves can be at around here. May as well, right? Promotion not allowed. Okay, over here. Gonna run out of people to work with here, but we'll do what we can. Pushing it now, but we have 1 more copy of base metal, 1 more copy of gold for sale. Let's see if Crete wants my gold. All right, sure. Oh my gosh! Ah, jeez. 1 at a time, please. Let me trade with my tribute payers if I can. I cannot trade with K, sure. Key. Let me see if this road finishes, and then if it does, I may come back and do the rest later. We have some. Okay, I don't think the road actually was built. Yeah, I don't think there was a road built here. I think it was I didn't think I could build road in uninhabitable. Let me see if I can verify if a road was built or not. Let me find a spot with a road. Let's see. Where does road... Where can I see if there's a road or not? I remember there's some modifier somewhere that I can look at to see. There's got to be something somewhere. Maybe not. Okay. Either way, I don't think a road was... There's no road visually showing up here, so I'm going to assume there was no road built here, and this was just a kind of false start situation. Okay. Come on down to Dia, actually, and we'll figure it out from there. Aqueduct in Timbuktu is done. Very nice. Okay. Good stuff. Also, a little nervous about my Divine Sacrifices running out, which will happen kind of soon. 207, so middle of next year. Not great. We're not going to have the PI to get it going again, and I do need to get, where is it? Tax farming going. I think I will go for tax farming. I mean, I could go for... No, tax farming, with my commerce economy, I need so many slaves for my gold mines. I need tax farming. I'm going to get more value out of them like that. Alright. That's fine. I'm coming. Just hold on. Okay, AE is almost at 0, amazingly. Happy with that. Support is climbing up. Okay. Oligarchs have gained a little bit of control, but the main thing is just the trads gaining approval slowly and steadily. Yama. Yama Bunu is truly a dire advisor. People... Really? I don't think he's that bad. Oh, well, okay, maybe he's kind of bad, actually. People laugh openly at stories of his sheer inability to lead, and our enemies eye our lands hungrily. It is safe to say our people will feel most uneasy. No, not right now. I can't have this right now. Oh, jeez. This guy is so bad at his job, it's causing my nation to destabilize and collapse. Oh boy. Alright, well, at least we can console ourselves by wiping away our tears with wads of money. Because we can now grab a tax farming, which I think I will go for. Yeah. Because the thing is, with the economy I'm building, it would make sense to do standardized construction, do a ton of building, but what I really want is to do this while I have trads, or I mean oligarchs, because of their build cost reduction. And I don't have enough citizens yet for this to be strong, or stronger, so I think I will go for tax farming. This should improve my economy a little bit, so we are at 26.86, and again, that's with everything else going wrong right now. So 26.86. Let's go ahead and grab... Also keep in mind, we're going to get the commerce income bonus too, so it's going to be cumulative. Tax farming. By shifting responsibility for tax collection to third parties, we can make far greater budget calculations as well as avoid certain unfortunate responsibilities. Okay, that boosts us up to 28.42. Very good. We should now have another trade slot, by the way. Apparently we actually are using it, so I'm not entirely sure what's going on with that, but oh well. Yeah. Maybe on the tick it'll update. Well, we'll see. We shall see. Up to 29.80 now. Okay. Let me quickly see here. Oh yeah, this is much, much, much stronger. And also, I will switch over to Institute Wealth Levy once I can. Which is get 15 stability. It's not happening super soon, but this will be stronger than lowered import tariffs for sure. Granaries raided in Cerro in Jolof. Okay, that's a good start. Here it is. Oh yeah. We have received word from local officials in the province of Cerro that several important provincial food stockpiles have been looted by malcontents owing to the contempt for the government, I mean, understandable, across the area. It seems they hope to make tensions worse by forcing a hungry people to action. In any case, it will not be cheap to replace the stolen goods. I will probably just pay for it myself. I'll get loyalty with my very long-lived governor, Shin Yubu, and I will get 10 loyalty in Cerro. 83 gold is completely affordable. That's about 3 or 4 months of income right now. I'm about to spend all my money building roads anyways, so certainly want the loyalty with him. We just have to replace the stockpile. That's fine. We will bear the cost. All right. These barbs are going to destroy themselves before I even get there, but we are on the way. Never fear, people of the Republic. Your army will save the day eventually. Here I come. I guess I could even build some roads around here while I'm over here. I would like to finish building over here. Barakisa Chilabelli died in a freak accident at the age of 80. She was the head of the Chilabella family. Rest in peace, Barakisa. I don't recognize her, but she may have been in the campaign at one point or another. Who is the new Chilabelli head? It is Al-Haj Chilabelli, who was the son of the first Arakan and of Mecha Sankara from way back in the day. That is interesting. He's been with us the entire time. Okay, well, that's fine. We resume. Once we kill these barbs, I have to go through the marsh first. We're going to be able to switch back over to decreased pay, thankfully, and just get to road building. Hold on. Cantor, oh, actually, who's a little better for me than Cantor? Someone, surely. I guess I'll trade with I'll always prefer trading with my tributaries. Trade my gold away to them. Alright, a minor addendum. Bodego Sankara has suggested a small addendum to an often referenced law pertaining to the rights of the common folk. How's his health doing, by the way? Oh my god. He got silver-tongued but depressed. I can relate. Should only be a small effort to push this through the assembly. Wow, I don't think I could say yes any harder than right now. 6 stability for 10 PI. Borgo, I really appreciate what you did, and I will pay you in appreciation only and with no other financial things, because I need all the money I can get right now. Small investment couldn't hurt. Keep that up, Borgo. Keep the energy going. You'll be getting more appreciation rewards at this rate. Okay. Now, for all of the turmoil of the first part of this episode, the plutocratic republic benefits are becoming clear even now. And that's without things being min-maxed yet. So we are in fairly solid shape financially. Not in any other way, but financially. We are down to 0 AE now, which is quite nice. And we are at 0 war exhaustion. Lots of tyranny and not much stability, but we are good on those things at least. And our support is higher than it was, so that's pretty good. Trads are raising. Oligarchs are basically neutral, and Democrats are downward trending fairly quick, though they're the lowest control faction, so not too worried. Alright, let's just cross over this marsh and slowly get to these barbs. These guys here will kill themselves in just a moment, and these guys over here aren't doing anything, so I will worry about them later. Actually, you know what? I can raise the levy of Joloff to deal with these barbs. Yes. Let me give it a tick. And then I can actually, let me raise the, just because I have the levies paid for right now anyways, let me raise the Gen A levy to deal with these barbs here. May as well use more of my armies while I am in the levy system. Transitioning to legions, although a goal of the campaign for sure, needs to keep waiting. I just have so much else I need to focus on first. Alright, these guys, oh my gosh, these guys somehow heard about me. They want my base metals, yep. Sounds good. Alright, here we come. That's the wrong spot, but we're gonna chase them over to here. Should be a fairly easy fight. You're now at full. This should be fine. This was not fine. Is this really? Really? Never mind, just get out of there. Jeez. Alright. The Gen A levy can go help them later, I guess. Battle of Ariel, this is going to be completely fine. Gonna run, gonna chase him down. This is a dubious, unsure battle. Alright, there's the stack wipe. It's such a... you know what? I'll send the Gen A levy over to help out, and then we'll... yeah. We got 18.17 gold from that barb defeat. That's actually kind of a surprise. I don't know where they got all that gold, but it's mine now. Thanks. Killed these barbs as well. Gonna get the gold from them. Maybe not. Okay, and now that we've done that, let me go ahead and... maybe I just... You know what? I'm gonna decrease the pay. I need to get the happiness back pretty badly right now. I'm also going to go ahead and lower the... Where are they? 6 of 17. Wow, okay. Let me lower these other levies. No, I need to move them first. That's fine. Lower them in just a moment. You guys, let's get a road building in my core. Let me get a road, let me connect Timbuktu to some of the surrounding cities, finally. 14th of November. Now we can lower that other levy. Good. Okay, let's start doing some road building. So from here, road to Timbuktu, it goes through Tibu, no surprises there. Let's just get this road connected first and foremost. Alright. And you know what, while I'm at it, let me get these two places settled finally. I've been slow colonizing this area for a long time, but I can get this set up at this point. So let me go ahead and do it from Samier first. Let me move in, let's see. We have a lot of Bobos, but not a lot of Bozos. Let me bring in some Bozos. Alright, I need more Bozos. Oh, I need to move... Let me move the Bobos out. Move the Bobos to Houndu. Bodeg Bobo from Samier. And then I need to move one more Bozo in. Bodeg Bozo. Now from there. From here. There we go. Now we can colonize this. And then... let me move all the Bodeg Bozos from Samier. Move one more Bodeg Bozo from Mopti. That's fine for now. Colonize this. There we go. That is this province secured. Very nice. Okay. Alright, and now... let me see. Let me start doing my PI expenditures. Let me start in Timbuktu. So, encourage trade here is probably still fine. Let's see. Yeah, the commerce bonus here is enormous. I think it is worthwhile to keep encourage trade going. And then, let's see. Over here in Kolyma, This needs to stay on, yeah, this needs to stay on cultural simulations, that's correct. And then down here in Kura, cultural simulations probably the correct thing to focus on. Just to be thorough, let me make sure there's always a assimilatable pop in every tile, just to be thorough. That's not the right button. Okay, so there are Bobos here. Actually, let me do it like this. Alright, there's quite a bit of diversity. Okay, none over here. None over here, alright. Pop over from Buron Anali, I think. One over to here as well. Or to here, rather. Move from, let's see, there. Okay. Just a little bit of micro. Alright, and then other than that, that's actually, oh yeah, over here as well. Mema. Yeah, definitely focusing on assimilation over here as well. Let's see. There's a couple spots that could do with more. Well, you know, I could assimilate over here as well, actually. Should also fight Kita at some point for the rest of this. Let me go ahead and colonize over here. What do we have right now? We're seeing a bunch of Badaic Bozos. Let me just bring them over. Mema is at... I need 10 there, I can lose 2 safely. One from Ghana. There we go. Colonize this. Okay. Can almost connect up over here, not quite though. Alright, into here, let's move just a bunch of Badaic Bozos. There we go. Now we can grab this. Very nice. Okay, and that is this taken care of. Now it's just this territory from Kita that we need, but we'll deal with Kita later. They're preoccupied by their... I want to wait for the revolt to finish, so I'm not dealing with weird revolt shenanigans. Then I'll just subjugate whoever I leave from that. Or whatever's left after that, I mean. Okay, now get back to it. Just to be a min-maxer, let me move in some non-bozo pops. Let's see. From Birgo. Yep. Here, let's move. Let's see, where is this from? Okay. Oh, wrong spot. Soapy. We move 2 into Soapy, who are Badaic Bozos from Kalonki. And then into Kalonki, let me move a non-Badaic Bozo. Mema needs more. Can move in Badaic Bozos. Kumba. I can get them there. Okay, there we go. I'll have to retrade the vegetables and wheat, but that is min-maxed for assimilation. For now, at least. Also going to quickly close my window. Give me just a quick sec to do that. Okay, there we go. Alright, so Divine Sacrifices is gone. I don't have the PI to attend to that. I guess I should probably do that next, honestly. I'll save on I'll save my PI for that. That's my vegetables. Yeah. You guys are working away very slowly, but they are getting to it. I do need the 10, we have another trade route here. I need the 10 units to do road building we saw last time, so I'm not going to split these guys up at all. Okay, what else is available? Not much. Ooh, spices is available. Not sure why someone wants to sell me spices, but I will happily purchase some spices. Who is this? Median spices, okay. We got some Median spices. That's some good value right there. 31.32 right there. Very nice. Only about 50 PI, so we will save up for that. That's a huge priority right now. Our low stability is destroying our nation. It's causing a lot of problems, at least. Okay, so from Timbuktu, let me road over to Gundam. That goes around the forest and the marsh. Makes a lot of sense. I expected it would go like this, so let's road over to Gundam, and then we'll keep roading around our core from there. Okay. I think the worst of the instability is hopefully behind us. Hopefully. We'll see. War exhaustion's almost back down to 0. That'll help a little bit too. Support's almost back up to 50. Good stuff. Trads are relatively happy. Okay. Around we go. Look at Timbuktu. It's come a long way in this campaign, but I'm happy with how things have gone so far. Many memes and siege misery have carried us through, but we've made it this far. All right, now from Gundam, where to next? Probably Toladi, which I think is going to be the permanent capital over here. Am I right about that? Yeah, I'm right about that. So this goes through the forest, which is possibly, I guess it is literally faster in that sense, but is there any reason Esakane would be faster? I could do Esakane Kolima and then Toladi, because then Kolima would be the northern route, because I'll eventually need a northern road. Otherwise, it goes kind of like this, and Toladi becomes this southern crossroads that doesn't need to be so far south. Let me think about this for a minute. So forest, 30% movement cost. I guess the idea is that it's like slightly faster to go through the forest. I'm gonna roll the dice that well, that being said, maybe Esakane through Gundam is actually slower as well. Let me think about this for a minute. That being said, I guess the question is a road around the forest really faster than a road through the forest? Because the road to Dia needs to go south anyways. I could actually see, like, if I was going from Dia to Gundam, this extra 2 tiles of movement would be slower even with the road than going through here. So I think in order, yeah, because the marsh will be slowest. Marsh is a 50% movement cost, so some sort of road through the marsh here would be like way slower. So this, like, we're gonna headcanon this as Kuga is like a light forest area as opposed to like the denser forest nearby. So we're gonna road through the forest to get down to Dia. So let me do that road actually, and then from there we'll reconsider how Toladi should connect up. All right, I'm saving my PI to get Divine Sacrifices. Okay, things are looking good. Borgo Sankara, by the way, is expected to be the next Archon. I really don't want him to be the next Archon. He's really not that good. We'll come back to that in a minute. Twisting the Knife. Layla Isawagan the Axe, for reasons known only unto herself, has started to view Al-Hajj Chilabele with jealousy and distrust. More family-head rivalries. Love that. Even having them in the same room as one another is bound to result in hostility. Great. I really appreciate that. Thanks a bunch, Layla. Okay, so this guy here, really not that good. His depression and inflammation is making things look worse than they actually are. Honestly, if he didn't have inflammation or depression, he'd have 5 finesse, and he'd also have, like, 11 charisma. With charisma like that, he could be a great tyranny reduction Archon, although 5 finesse is basically, like, the minimum I'd be comfortable with. I don't really want this guy. But the issue is now, I don't really have any idea how close the next successor would be. Probably the best bet here is to... Let's see. I could bring him to trial. It's not super likely. He is corrupt, so that makes things a little bit better. I could also reduce his... I could remove him from office to reduce his power base to make the success chance higher. That is still 5 tyranny to do this, though. Smear him. It's not that expensive on tyranny. Let me smear him and see what happens. Although 42 feels quite high. The issue is this guy has support from all the parties right now. Here's what I'm going to do. He's really good, though, is the issue. I don't really want to lose him. The issue is if I smear him and then he still becomes the Archon, then I'm suffering from him losing the popularity. Okay. 3 Martial means I don't really want to go to war. 3 Finesse is brutal. But I don't really feel comfortable that I have a clear alternative, like, who is... Like, again, I really just want to see the succession support visually. I want to see the numbers. What are the candidate, you know... Who's in the queue as the next, like, expected candidate? Like, I just don't have that visual for myself as a Republic. You know, like, I can't look at another character and see that. Man, I guess I could imprison him as, like, a... Well, I have to bring the trial for that. What I could do, I could give him free hands so his corruption increases faster, honestly. Like, that'd be a little weird, but to make it, like, likelier the trial succeeds. 60% basically success chance is not great. And 5 tyranny for that. I could give this a try. I do have the... Where is it? Where is my... Where's the trial one? I'm sure that I have it. Oh, here it is. Yeah, I was looking at it the first time. Town Criers. Do I do a trial here? Maybe I do. It's like, this guy would have been like the perfect example of a co-Otacon, but without this position now, I have to really min-max this kind of thing. 3 Finesse won't ruin the campaign. But it would, like, be a pretty bad follow-up to her with her amazing finesse. He's just... I don't really want this guy, right? Like... Also, with his... The other issue, too, with Nefarious Tendencies, I don't really want this guy with this corruption coming in. And I can't do Sanction because he has Nefarious Tendencies. Okay, I think because I can't clear his corruption in time, I don't want a corrupt Otacon like this coming in. I think that'll cause problems with my current situation. That's my... Again, I'm coming up with a justification that sounds more morally good than what the actual reason is. So it's really to prevent my Republic from being in the hands of a corrupt guy, not for any other reason. All right, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to pay 5 PI So, okay, this is a bit weird. I'm going to pay 5 PI to get 5 corruption on him immediately. This does increase the chance. I'm now going to fire him from his office. And I know that I got more loyalty than I need, but that's fine. I'm going to replace him with Kure Sankara, most likely. Yeah. This is fine. I mean, that part's not fine, but... Actually, do I want to trad? Hold on. Probably do want a Democrat once again. Actually, I do want to trad because the trads are much weightier. So let me roll the dice on that. And now... And I can do this even though he's the... Hold on. Where did bring to trial just go? Maybe he needs to be in an office for me to do that, I think. Let me first wait for a tick and see if he gets replaced by someone else. Because if I can avoid the trial situation, that would be better. But let's see what we're dealing with here. Okay. His support increased. Oh boy. All right. Well, I guess I need to give him a position again. All right, fine. Let me bring him back. Just for a sec. Okay, now I can bring him to trial. Okay, so I can't reduce his power base any lower, I don't think. Can I? I think all of his power base, yeah, just from being censor. That's the lowest he could have. Can I do anything else to give him more corruption? I could also smear him. Here's the thing, right? If he wins the trial, then he's likely going to be the next Otacon. So I guess I do this, and then if he wins, then I just deal with him as the next Otacon, and I take the 5 tyranny hit. He may start a civil war. Well, you know, we don't know for sure if he'll do that, and he doesn't have a lot of power base. I do have some stability problems, but I'd really like to not have this guy be the next Otacon. I guess here's the question, right? So it's a 62% chance before any modifiers, and I can do things on the trial to increase the chance. I don't love those odds, but I don't think there's a lot more I can do. I could give him more corruption slowly with free hands, but then the question is how long will the trial take? I only have a year and a half. Trial accusation. The Senate Hall slowly falls to silence as Borgo Sankara, the accused, is brought before them. As arrogant a man Timbuktu has never known, the Senate murmurs in condemnation. The social censure still hanging in the air. The examiner steps forward and addresses the Senate, asking of which crime Borgo stands accused. I'm not actually sure. Like, I've fabricated these charges for political reasons. Let's see. Abuse of office is a serious matter. Now, he is corrupt, in part because I bribed him. Gain some popularity on Layla. Increases my chance by a small amount. Okay, this is what I can do. Oh, this is going really fast. Trial misdirection. In the midst of a rousing and self-congratulatory monologue, Borgo Sankara pauses. With dramatic effect, wheeling around, he points directly at Al-Haj Chelabele, my rival, who happens to be attending the assembly. In a shaking voice, Borgo accuses Al-Haj of masterminding the whole affair, leading to much of the assembly joining his side. Ooh, I can throw Al-Haj under the bus. I mean, I did just become his rival, so, you know, it's not out of character for Layla. I mean, anything for the Republic, right? We're at 67% chance right now. We can get moderate more. This may be true, but they are in it together, right? The wild accusations are growing here. It emerges over the course of the trial that Borgo Sankara is a particularly nervous man, faced with endless accusations, censure, and the rising collar of an angry assembly. He begins to crack. With tears streaming from his eyes, Borgo throws himself at... Oh my god, I feel so bad for this poor guy. He gets a cold and depression, and I'm like, you're an enemy of the state, you've committed treason. I'm a monster. Okay, Borgo throws himself at the feet of Archon Layla, admitting his guilt and begging for forgiveness. Oh boy. I can make him pay Timbuktu. Alright, let's see. So, guilty indeed, the traumas continue. How come, okay, now, not to be even more cruel, but how come this doesn't result in him being convicted if he's admitting his guilt? Okay, so I could gain cruel. It may or may not happen. It's a low chance of happening. Let's see if I can get it or not. I should gain cruel for this, honestly. Didn't gain cruel. All right. The verdict. The assembly falls deathly silent as the magistrate clears his throat, falters, and pipes up in a reedy voice, finds Burgos Ankara guilty of all charges. What have I done? The entire building shakes with the uproar of all present. The assembly guards seize Burgo and march him away to the dungeon. His fate is ours to decide. Success! He has been imprisoned. Layla gains popularity. Anything for the Republic, right? And he is fired from office. Okay. Oh boy. I may not sleep at night, but the Republic will have a better leader to follow, one will hope. I think I will reassign Kare Sankara. Anyone with higher statesmanship than this who isn't terrible? Not really. This will have to do. Actually, I do. Yeah, I do want to trad. Okay. The next expected outcome is, let's find out how badly this may have backfired. Alright, Niakata Zabariba, my magistrate. This is a much better possible successor. 9-5-9-5. Now, the 5 finesse, like I was just saying, it's like the bare minimum, but the 9 martial means war episode, maybe. Or at least manpower recovery episode. And the 9 oratory is great. I am feeling like my morally reprehensible behavior is being rewarded by Imperator Rome, as is usually the case. There we go. A little bit of a political persecution. What's an Imperator Rome episode on my channel without some of that, you know? Okay. Saye Bolsa died from natural causes. He died of embarrassment for living in this forsaken republic after what he just saw. Head of the Bolsa family. Who's the new Bolsa family head? Let's find out. It is Sane Bolsa. All right. Rest in peace. Civic advances, pop capacity plus 1%, and global monthly food modifier plus 1%. All right. That is going to likely be, let's see. I could push on to bookbinding. Now that my stability is being cleaned up, I have a bit more efficiency now. Let me push my luck here and go for it. Well, do I? We're advancing fairly briskly, honestly. Maybe I can shift gears a little bit. I think getting Propraetors and Proconsuls is actually kind of... Because I can get this after. Yeah. Oh, yeah, that'd be really good. This is also really good, too. There's a lot of good options around here. I have so many good options here. Man. Man, this would be really good to get early as well. Nah, I'm committed. Local embassies. By setting up diplomatic envoys that will work from our subjects' own lands, they are sure to feel like we are closer than we have ever been before. More diplomatic relations. I think I have 4 now as well. I do. Okay. I can upgrade more people. Or more people can offer themselves to be upgraded to integratable feudatories. Very good. All right. Okay. Now I just need this guy to stay put where he is. Anything I can do to make him better? I don't really think so. These guys come. Number 4 in score. Okay, we're under Tuscia, Chola, and Parava. Tributary influx. There's been a large influx of Gitamakan traders and travelers visiting Timbuktu. As Gitamaka is under our protection, they have opened up and tried to become more friendly and well-known throughout our nation. As both sides are starting to see the benefits of this relationship, we should try to make a decision on what kinds of limits we are going to set on their influence in Timbuktu. Ooh. So this is actually for Timbuktu the tile as well. Okay, so there's 2 good options here. One, I could gain 20 gold, which, that's like half a month of income, and 10 years of 25% tax in the Timbuktu tile, which is honestly kind of a Well, maybe it's not actually that big of a thing in Timbuktu itself. Yeah, Timbuktu has no tax for some reason. Actually, I know the reason. There's not really a lot of slaves here. And the freemen are not providing a lot of tax either. Okay. Or, I think this is probably the better option. We get two wrong religion, wrong culture, not wrong culture group citizens in Timbuktu. I think that's probably better. Timbuktu needs more population to assimilate as well. So let's say let them settle down in Timbuktu. If this was a commerce bonus, I'd go for that immediately, but it's not. It is what it is. Martial advance, there we go. That is plus 0.07 morale of armies and navies, and plus 2.50% maintenance for legions and navies as well. And that means we can now grab bookbinding. Whereas wax tablets, scrolls, and even stone tablets have been common ways of storing information, the Romans, who won't exist for hundreds of years, and actually in this timeline won't exist at all because the Tuscuans have taken over. Anyways, the Romans developed the practice of binding information in codices, prolonging the life of stored information considerably. All right, so this is a very much a kind of like long-term pick, right? Like this is not going to have an immediate effect right now, but it will eventually pay off in the long run, to be sure. No, that'd be not doing that. Let's not go crazy. All right, on we go. These guys are about to die off. Oh yeah, I left these guys here by accident. Whoops. Okay, let's continue building roads. Let's see. If I was in Gundam, the fastest route is just like this, and from here, the fastest route will be like this. I think I'll build a triangle over here between Gundam, Toladi, and Dia. So let me first get up to Bulel, then I'll build from there. Well, hold on. Yeah, let me build Toladi first, actually, then I'll reconsider what I'm doing. I may build a diamond, actually, given that I want a northern road as well. We shall see. This guy's also an oligarch, which means I could do a lot of building next episode at a discount. So we're nearly back up to Senate support. Very good. Okay. Now let me figure this out. So from here, because this is the choke point province, or territory in the north, so if I was going up here, this is technically fastest, but if I was in Gundam, then that's technically fastest, which means... So this goes right across. I wonder if a road from... And how often will it be going up here from Toladi or from Gundam? Probably from Toladi more often, honestly. Maybe what I could do is have a... Because if I was in Timbuktu... Actually, going through Gundam is still fastest, but that's without a road here. I guess I could build a triangle here. These spots are at such weird angles to each other. It makes it kind of awkward to build a natural-looking road connection. Let me actually come back to this later. There's not a huge priority to build a road up here. Let me actually build a road over to Endebugu first. From here. It will awkwardly go like this. Okay. Actually, I might... I wonder if a road to Ghana, and then from Ghana to here, and then a different one south would be the best way of doing it. Oh, they both go around, though, is the thing. Let me build a... Let's see. I'm just trying to make something that looks nice. That's all I want, really. I need to be really thoughtful here because the roads are permanent. I can't get rid of them, so I need to build them in the right spots for the visuals. Let me come back to this later. Let me first build a road from the south to Timbuktu first, I think. I know I'm kind of hopping around all over the place, but my maintenance is low. This is not too expensive. Alright, this is a pretty obvious road construction route. Let me build 2 Timbuktu from here. Alright. The dotted lines begin their construction here. You're nearly enough for Divine Sacrifice, 48 now. Getting there. We have Senate support, at least for now. Still have Yakata coming in. Very good. Okay, a bit of a shaky start to this plutocratic republic, but we've already, in true plutocratic fashion, had multiple morally dubious political inside job type situations, and we've seen our economy skyrocket accordingly. But that is plutocracy for you. Right around we come. Starting to really feel like a empire around here. That's pretty good. Love building roads. We almost have enough. Not quite. Impatience is a virtue. Labadebo Suwari, who was my co-Otacon for a second before I dissolved the office, has been increasingly restless of late. He believes his stature is deserving of a key role in our government. He has approached our assembly, insisting that we bestow such a role upon him. Indeed, given his prominence, perhaps we need to consider this carefully. Okay, I guess I can give him a zeal position. For now, at least. Let me make him my religious advancer. Where is he? Does he still count as the co-ruler? He might, actually. Yeah, it's a glitch. I can't assign him any office. Well, after the election, he should be assignable again, so we'll see. Hopefully that happens. It'd be funny if he was permanently stuck on being unable to be assigned anywhere. Alright, up we go. Do we have enough now? One more tick. You know, actually from here, I might... Yeah, because this will be like this. So I think let me connect this over here, and then I connect through here, up through Ghana to Toladi like that. I think that's the way to do it. Yeah. Okay. Divine Sacrifice. Please and thank you. Kill that pig imminently. Now we're up to 31 stability. Still not very good, but much better than the dismal situation we were in earlier. We're climbing back up. Tyranny's not in great shape, but we had to do what we had to do for the Republic here, so it is what it is. By the way, if you've been playing a drinking game where you take a shot every time I what's the word? Kind of self-awaredly, like with self-awareness, allude to there being morally bad things in my campaign. Sorry for your alcohol poisoning that you were likely suffering now. Let me sell my gold to whoever these guys are. El Souk, that's their name, apparently. Alright. Jokes aside, Nyakata looks fairly secure now as the incoming Otacon. We're about to have our election pop up in just a bit here, in a month or two. Alright. Holy road here. Then we'll connect to Toladi from here. This will be the fastest route. Should be good. Unfulfilled promises. Sorry, I can't do anything about this, my dude. Labadebo Suwadi has registered his official displeasure at our continuing refusal to grant him a position. Now, him losing all this loyalty will just mean I don't want to make him an officer, because then I'll have low loyalty, so it's like self-defeating. To make matters worse, he has the support of a number of prominent members. Oh boy, we should have... I can't... The game literally doesn't let me give you an office. Like, it's not my fault. I'm trying my best here. Sorry, I can't do anything about that. It just, it is what it is. Okay, now from here... I don't know about that. Really? Is Ghana really that slow? I don't believe it. I don't think that's true. Let me go through Ghana to Toladi. That's going to look the best, I think. And that does matter to some extent. Yeah. That'll be the way of doing it. Okay. I'm going to save my PI for the next episode so I can make plans from a position of knowledge. Okay, this guy will be the next Otacon now. Very good. Perfect health. Let me actually check and see. Okay, no corruption. I'm glad I checked that. Super good statesmanship. This guy's kind of a god. Look at him coming in here with his little goatee. Obsessive coastal raider. Any sarcastic? Say no more. I can relate to him already. I'm also a coastal raider. Alright, let's check the health of our Jolof governor. Perfect health, wow. This guy is bucking the trend. He's living his best life out there. Rivaling researchers too, okay. Let's go down to speed 2 and close things out here at a leisurely pace. Alright, kind of a chaotic episode, but ended up going pretty well, honestly. Certainly could have spiraled out of control, but I think I managed to get things under control in the way that was needed. We're down to 0 AE, 0 war exhaustion, and we have a solid economy going in to 210. Alright, senatorial resistance. Nyakata Zabarima has proven to be a contentious candidate as Otacon. Previously an outspoken critic of the government, he was spoken of with contempt during meetings of the Senate. Maybe people found out what I did to get him into office. All were surprised, therefore, when he was elected to rule Timbuktu, casting aside any notions of propriety and class. With such underwhelming popularity among the elite, it is hard to see how Nyakata will get anything done. Alright, I will happily lose 10 approval with Dems and Trads. I'm not spending 15 stability and 5 tyranny. You are out of your mind. It's not worth upsetting the balance just yet. Not great on the Senate support front, but Nyakata Zabarima is now in control, which means 9595 oligarchs, right, I should say he's been elected, oligarchs are in control, 15% build cost reduction, and 8% noble happiness. They want subjection. We'll take a look at that in just a moment. Don't unpause. Stability drop. Yep. Okay, we will review all this in the next episode. So, also, Labadeabo is still here as my invisible co-ruler. Maybe when he dies, it'll go away. Otherwise, we're going to awkwardly have Labadeabo lingering forever as this permanent ghost co-Otacon. Can I still not give him a position, by the way? Hold on. That'd be very funny if he's still stuck in that, like, weird position. Bulsa, where is he? Oh, here he is. He's still considered the co-ruler. He's still getting a wage for it. I might just be stuck with him like this. Okay, hold on. Let me look for a zeal position. I'm just checking this just because it's funny. Yeah, I don't see him on here. I think he's still considered both the co-ruler and that he doesn't have a position, which is great for me. All right, I'll see if I can do anything about that in the next episode. But that's going to be it for this episode of the Timbuktu campaign. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you all next time.